health and travel. Partial story of anyone out there, particularly me. Why is health such a big issue and travel at the same time? I don't have to wonder anymore about what all the problems are. When you are a person that likes to do a lot of traveling, whether it's locally, far away, one day, one nighter, that can make a big difference. If you whether you're going to take an airline or ship, all those things come into play when you're talking about health, especially if you're not used to being sick before you go. Of course, I've had colds, sore throat, couldn't hardly talk on plane trips, air pressure and all this thing, but we're talking about real health. A few years ago, I had a physical problem. This is like a prequel to what my other topic is that's still there, where I had prostate problems. But that's what happened 3 years ago, prostate problem. Was able to get back on my feet within, well, should I say I was out of commission for about 4 months from working. Actually, yeah, about 4 months when you go right on into May. Recovered soon enough. After the surgery was over with, and was able to board a cruise ship that same year by September. We all see that the main thing is you need insurance when you get on almost anything you do. Going to a hotel, sometimes you don't need the insurance because you really don't care, but when you're going a long way or you're going to spend a lot of time, you need insurance and you want to reuse whatever time is left for your vacation. You probably want to redo your vacation, but you won't be able to. The thing about it is, it can happen to no matter how old you are, but in my case, had never been to the hospital before up until 3 years ago. Went through a lot of physical changes, went through a lot of mental changes, and was able to overcome at that particular point. Now I know a lot of people stress getting insurance, especially a bunch of people in the YouTube universe that deals with travel a great deal. And you know the consequences. But how about not knowing when you're going to go to the doctor, not knowing when you're going to have the surgery, not knowing when you're going to have the appointment? Are you going to have it in time? Will you be able to go? Will you have to cancel? Is it close enough so that you can make trips back and forth so that if you have to do something, you could continue your vacation? And that's the dilemma when you get sick. I'm in the same dilemma again, only it's in a different kind of way. And of course, I have no control over what my body feels. I have no control over that. All I know is, after the first time, I was all right for 3 years. And now because of that, I'm in the dilemma that I am in now. I got vacation time coming up. I got medications that I'm going to have to start. There are certain things I'm going to have to do. I've been changing my diet. I didn't have no rental diet up until recently. Actually, about a couple of months ago. I'm not going to get into that part. But the first part you heard about, and that's what leads me up to the current part, which I'm not going to talk about right now, except for you have to make a lot of choices. Sick or not sick, whether you get sick while you traveling, sick while you actually on your vacation, sick, and nothing you can do about it. There are certain precautions that you must do, and that is to take care of yourself the best way you know how. And even if you're doing all the things right that you're supposed to do, even without a doctor's help, you've been doing all right, fine so far, but then all of a sudden, you are left feeling helpless and hopeless, because now, especially if you're a small YouTuber, a big YouTuber probably had to go through the same thing. But the one thing that I can't stand is small restaurants that seem to don't cater. And I'm getting into that point right now because I never had to really think about how they prepare the food. Now I'm going to have to be savvy and actually say, what do they do? How do they do it? Can you alter the menu a little bit? Those things come into play. And that is very good that you can do that. And it's outstanding if they can make those kind of changes and don't have to stick to the menu. Just be a plain chef and don't give me no fancy dancy stuff, all that other stuff that I know that I can't eat anymore. All that stuff that's modified, that you put all those impurities on it. My body can't take it anymore. I have to use substitutes. I have to use different type of things. You can't use the type of dressing. There's certain spices that you use. It seems like olive oil is the thing that's going down now. It probably has been going around for a long time instead of using regular dressing on your salads. But restaurants, I believe, don't carry olive oil in packets the way they have the different flavored salad dressing. I've already did one. Of course, that's not a good sample size, but I only did one. I think I did some other small restaurant to find out if they did. I think I asked Panera. They don't have no olive oil packets or a little olive oil on the side. I don't think they do any of that. Black Angus, I don't believe they have any olive oil on the side that they can take to the table to put on your food for your salads. So it's going to be a challenging time when you travel and you have a rental diet. Or even if you don't have any health restrictions and you try to stick to a certain diet, the restaurant might not have anything you want to eat. Or they got something there to eat, and that's the only thing you can eat. And it doesn't matter if they put it on a grill or not. It doesn't matter at all how much is on the grill, if it's going to be on the grill, just as long as it's not raw, just as long as it's not fried, but baked or broiled. That is the best way when it comes to meats. Stir fries another. I'm doing a lot of that. And the second thing is I hate particularly fast food restaurants where a certain number of the population is sick, why the person can't eat these food. But you don't need no help along by someone who works in the food service business and be that criminal. Because there's really no such thing as a minor or major or civil or whatever when you're talking about food. Because we know food contamination is a big deal. So why are we watching some of these videos where people blatantly do something stupid and expect not to be taken care of the way they should be, not to be caught? And the ones that have not been caught, they should be caught. When you're talking about food and you're preparing food, it is definitely criminal. It does not make any damn sense at all. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about people that don't have no manners whatsoever in these buffets. I don't care what buffet it is. I think sometimes, I've been thinking about this a lot, maybe we should check even people like myself, check their mental stability. Are they able to travel? Do they really want to travel? Are they bipolar? Do they have split personalities where they put their finger in the food and then, or the spoon, and put it right back? Do we have to go through all those kind of things in order to people don't do those kinds of things, have to tell on those people when they see it? Yes, you must. We know that there's economic problems. How old you are, if you got some sort of precondition and you're on the ship, yes. And there are other things that people do besides food, but let's just stick with the food. Like I said, I don't care what buffet it is, what country, what ship. You hope everyone acts with a little bit of common sense. Don't cough over your coffee. Don't cough over my tea unless I'm coughing over my own. Be respectful. Share in a very kind way. But it definitely is a problem if you go to a restaurant, even in a hotel. Maybe you ain't got to that point yet. Even in a hotel where a lot of shenanigans, I have to use that word, goes on constantly. Now, of course, you said that about the, the hotels that serve the breakfast, the free breakfasts. Those are fantastic. You don't have to go nowhere and eat. It's a home setting. It's a family way. Of course, you see certain kids pick up certain things in certain kinds of ways that make you cringe a little bit. They're kids. You hope their hands are clean, but no one's hand is clean enough. Even if I touch something, I'll probably have to take it and throw it away, and I do it by accident. If I touch the next one by accident, I definitely would take it and eat it myself. I have to be conscious of all the other people around me. I like seeing people having a good time, just like me. We're all enjoying the food. We all need to eat before we go to our next destination. So those free breakfasts are great. But still, you gotta watch which one of us is lurking around the cereals. Which one is lurking around the eggs, the sausages, the waffles that everyone seems to love. It's waffling time. I know I'm driving, I'm doing this. Hey, there's a first for everything. And like I said 3 years ago, my first time in the hospital, was 72, 73 years old, never been, now I ain't saying I never been to the hospital and had certain things then, but I never laid in a bed in the hospital and get so many shots. And not want to eat the food because it tastes nasty. And I wasn't eating right. Now I can eat anything that tastes nasty as long as it's fresh and not contaminated. And now basically I'm making my food myself. I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to eat oatmeal in Panera, how I'm going to eat oatmeal in Corner Bakery. And after I really got pissed off after talking about coffee with a certain server, I'm going to mention that again, I haven't been back to Corner Bakery yet. I plan to go back to, I just won't go to a certain Corner Bakery. There's certain ones, only 2 or 3 that I know about. I hadn't even been able to go to Panera Bread because a lot of those foods I love that I can't eat right now due to my present condition. Not from the first time that I had the problem. I've always been eating good. Most of us do, but there's certain foods, there's certain impurities that your body will not be able to take anymore, and you have to go with it no matter what. You have to get certain recipes. There's certain things you know you can do. You can fix your meal up like a poor man's meal, just throw it all together. But eating and traveling and going to restaurants, eating on cruise ships, seeing people that don't have any type of manners whatsoever, and if they did have manners and they just act like they thinking they're having a good time by just feeling over all kinds of food, without thinking about the next person that's behind them or the person that's gonna come up 5 minutes later or 2 minutes later to get the same thing. It's just totally atrocious. And yes, it is disrespectful. Because that's why you're around people in the first place. If you're going to be around people and you claim to be liking those kind of trips, then you should act accordingly. This is Robin Deschamps. I'm going to cut this video right now. This is a major thing I had to say. This is the prequel, sequel of 2 other videos that are in the works. One is really finished. I just didn't know what to say, but I thought I had to do this type of video to almost like practice, right? I had to do this video the first time doing it, talking through the video about food. Starbucks going through some changes over in Japan, I think. Was it Japan? 2,000 locations or 2,000 workers, I believe, in many locations. Starbucks has been over there, I think in Japan, Thailand, or I think in Japan, I was reading, that their service is so bad that they're going to have to retrain everybody. Everybody in Starbucks over there in that country. That, I think it for a couple of days, I'm not sure for a week. And that's a problem. I hear that Red Lobster, the main guy, the main CEO, saying big things are coming now. I saw the little blurb. Big things are really coming to Red Lobster like it has before. I hope they can do the type of food I want. I'm not really into the endless shrimp thing because I don't think they have the type of shrimp that I want. Raw shrimp, I don't want nothing on it. And I've been noticing certain fast food restaurants are closing up. I've seen a Carl Jr. that's closed up. Maybe they moved to a different location. I think they probably did. So that was different. There's a whole bunch of things in restaurants, bankruptcies and stuff like that that I'm still checking out in general, not talking specifically about that, but I'm trying to tie it all together into what's going on with me, my travel problems, eating in restaurants. My favorite is Thai food. I don't know how I'm going to eat that. I can't. The sugar content, I have no problem with that, but I still can't do that right now. I only drink black coffee with almond milk or some other kind of milk. I'm still drinking green tea. I can drink almost any kind of tea, ice. No sugar added. Health and travel, we're going to be talking about that because most of the time when you travel, we do talk about food in my kind of way. I'll do it my way. I'm going to keep on doing it my way with a little bit of shyness because I don't have the big camera equipment. But I like what I'm doing on YouTube and will continue to keep on doing it long as my health holds out. I'll see you in my next video, folks. Have a great, great rest of your afternoon. I am going to go buy some food for this evening. Talk to you later. Have a great one.